I believe that passively investing in real estate is the single best way to make enough money to do all the things you want to do, create the life that you want for you and your family. So I've talked a lot about, how this has changed my life, how this has made it possible for me and many of our investors to be financially independent. The only way I can really help you understand how we do this is to show some of our previous deals. So Coachman Club was 72 units in Clearwater, Florida. Beautiful part of Florida. It's about 7 or 8 miles from the Clearwater beach. If you haven't been to that beach, it's incredible. It is a very densely populated area. Amazing place to be. I love that area. We bought this deal. I think we exited in 2015, something like that. It will show us on our track record. We bought it for about $6 million, sold it about 2.5 years later for a little over $8 million. So we raised $1.4 million for that deal. Our investors profited a little over $1 million. $1.1 million is what they earned on that deal in 2.5 years. So when you turn that into annual returns, it was 30% to the investors. That's not a gross return. That's a net return number to the investors. Another deal we did, Belle Rive Club, completely different market. This was in Jacksonville, Florida, 104 units. Very different deal. We had an $850,000 improvement project that we did there. The case study for this deal is actually on our YouTube channel if you're interested. We bought that property for about $7.5 million. We sold it about 3.5 years later for a little over $13 million. Again, we were able to move rents. If you can see 750 to 9.25, that's about $175. My math is right. We raised $3.7 million to do the deal. Our investors made a total profit of $3 million. That turned out to be an annual return to our investors of 22%. And the last deal I'll talk about was Whispering Oaks. Pretty cool little deal. I love this deal because it was townhomes. I love townhomes because people just love to live in them, and it's a very, very homey residential feel. Orange City, Florida, you probably don't know where that is. If you follow I-4, just northeast of Orlando, it's probably 20, 30 minutes northeast of Orlando, but in that I-4, I call it the I-4 corridor, that is just growing like crazy. So we bought that deal for just under $5 million, sold it actually coming out of the pandemic. Actually, Belle Rive, we sold just coming out of the pandemic as well, but we sold this one coming out of the pandemic for $8 million after about 2 years and a month. So we moved rents there from about $700 to $850. So here's this rental, this new cash flow that I talked about before. We raised rents about $150 there. We initially raised $2.3 million, and our investors ended up with an annual return to them of 36%. So obviously, we're super proud of the deals that we do, and you can see all of our deals in the track record if you were able to grab that QR code. Our last fund. So I was here on the Money Show many times last year. We went to Orlando as well. We were raising money for our last fund. So I'm proud to tell you that we did close out that fund. We did actually raise an additional $4 or $5 million to finish off the last deal for that fund. So in total, if you were in that last fund, we were in about $16.5 million. We put 3 deals in that fund. So these 3 deals that I'm showing you here are deals that are in process right now. We own them, and we're in the process of implementing our value add business plan. So the first one was 84 units in Tallahassee. Again, completely different market. This is what I love about the fund environment. You can see the diversification here in the different markets that the investors in that fund are in. We closed it last November. We're super stoked that so far we have raised income by $21,000 a month. So if you do some math and so on, you'll see that it's probably about $4 to $5 million in new value that we've added to that property just in the 9 months that we've owned it. So, and we've got about another $21,000 to go. So we're thrilled to be in that deal. We've also just closed in June, 55 units in Daytona Beach, Florida. That's another townhome style community. I love those style of communities because people just love to live in them. We also bought 234 units in Bradenton, Florida. If you don't know much about the Tampa, Bradenton, Sarasota area, it is just exploding, as all the markets are in Florida. So both of those deals, those last 2, we closed them in June. We don't have much to report because we just closed them, but I can tell you that when we did our rent projections, we're not only getting our projected rent, but we're getting $100 over that. Think about it. This could be the story of one of your investments with KRI. I think it's your turn for you to start building massive wealth. For more information about how you can become part of the KRI investor family and start creating massive wealth for yourself, please contact us at 813-489-9666 or visit us at our website at www.kripartners.com.